Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today I want to talk to you about another knife of mine. And this is one that I've already looked at. Now the reason why I'm looking at it again is because I have upgraded my camera setup. My lighting is better than the first time around. Just talking about what I own has gotten better, and I felt talking about this knife was a worthy subject to do. So first off, there we go. The CRKT Pilar by Jesper Voxnaes, built by CRKT, but distributed by Haynes. And the reason why this is a special knife for me is it is a slip joint in a very modern package. So one of the things that I really like about this knife, and I still really like about it, is the fact that it's a slip joint. I always felt, now that is just the lock. It's basically two detent bars that are holding this in place, but the reason why I like it is it's just, I felt like the Pilar needed to be a slip joint. It's just, this forward finger choil does a great job of keeping that blade from actually interacting with your hand, and it's wonderful. I felt like the original it's great, but as a frame lock, I felt like it was unnecessary. You know, I mean, such a light duty, small blade to be used with a frame lock was unnecessary for me. And the other thing is the weight of the original was definitely something that I felt was unnecessary for a knife that size. This in the G10, basically open with a backspacer here, it's fantastic. It's very nice, very light, very usable, and it's fantastic. The other thing that I love about this knife is the fact that when you close it, the knife blade is never going to be in the way of your hand. I mean, with the original, with such a small blade, sometimes I would get bit with that. And I like this because when you're closing it, your fingers are never going to be in the way of the blade. It really is a fantastic design. This one I have upgraded with washers, and these are phosphor bronze washers. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Let's see here. Let's see what I can do here. Focus. There we go. Phosphor bronze washers. And it is really the way to go on this knife. So really it's fantastic. The phosphor bronze definitely lends a little more strength, and blade centering is now perfect because of that. The other thing that I really like about it now, but I did not like about it in my past review, was the pocket clip. Granted, I really like what they've done with the pocket clip. Now, what they've done with the pocket clip is it has these wonderful recessed screws here, which make it perfectly flow out of your pocket and into your pocket. Now, the reason why I didn't like it originally was it was tipped down. But after using the knife for quite a while, I have found that in the hand, the pocket clip placement is perfect. And the reason why is if this was down here like this, that would be right into your palm. And after some time and some use, that would probably become an annoyance. Whereas up here, it's going to be in this V of your palm, and it actually never really interacts with your hand, or at least in my use, it doesn't, because it's going to always be in that empty void of your hand. So it really has made sense of where they put that, and excuse me, I just didn't see the sense in it first when I had it. Now, the other thing that I found out about this knife, and I haven't taken it apart, I was just looking at the inside of the knife and looking at it, If you're so willing and so determined, you could mill this G10 out and mill it out on this side. Because, and I am going, how can I show you this? It has to be open for you to see this, and I'm going to get my keys and get my O-light. They have actually, if you can see it there, those two little spots there are actually pocket clip screw holes. Let me see if I can do this a little better. Get this to focus first, and then let's take a look. See those two screw holes? Those are actually pocket clip screw holes that will allow the pocket clip to be, in theory, put over here. It's just you've got to mill that out. Let me get my camera situated there. Now, what I'm thinking is they both are using the same slab. It's just bump on that side, and then all they do is put pressure on the detent bar, I guess, on this side going that way, and then they do that way. So all you have to do is they just put the pocket clip on that side, and they just have to mill out one piece, which is smart. I mean, you don't have to build any machinery for one side and do it that way. Now, the thing that I really have enjoyed about this, and this is from Atlantic Knife. It's a wonderful little hank. I use it for cleaning my knives, but wonderful. The other thing that I really like about this knife is still the usability. Even in a slip joint fashion of construction, we still get all the great things about the Pilar. We get this wonderful pinch. Now, granted, you press on that too much, it's going to close on you. But one of the things that's nice about this is that, let's say you don't want to open this all the way and you just want to do it quickly. You can actually pinch that blade and do whatever cut you want to do and then put it away very quickly. So there is that. One thing I have done with this knife is I have chamfered, and of course we're going to have problems focusing on all this video. I've chamfered the hole here, and I've chamfered it enough where it's not going to bite into my thumb at all. And I did that just out of personal preference. It didn't need to be done, but I like it to be a little smoother in there when opening. Now, I have sharpened this. I don't do mirror polishes, but with my strop, it's very close to a mirror polish. I did do 1,000 grit stone on this, and then I polished it off with a strop and some polishing compound on the strop. So, I mean, it is a very sharp and very slick edge there, but I don't ever go for a polished edge. I just don't, I'm not going to say I don't believe in polished edges, but for the work that I do with a knife, I think having a polished edge on the knife is just kind of a waste of time. I'd much rather have a 400, 600 grit edge and have it very toothy and very durable versus, now this isn't true for every steel. Some steels act better with a polished edge, but usually the work that I put into it, I usually just go for about a 600 to 800 grit. This one I did 1,000. I wanted a slicey blade, and the Pilar has a pretty thick blade anyways, and on further sharpenings, I actually will lower this to probably a 18-degree angle, just so it's a little more steep and slicey. But I may have missed the point on my first review, and after carrying this knife a little bit, I have found that after so many knife sales and so many bulk sales that I've done with almost over 230 knives, this one has stayed around. And that is just a testament of how great this knife is and how great the design is. I mean, it's a fantastic little blade. And the reason I'm keeping it around is because it's fantastic, it's durable, it's robust, it's legal practically anywhere, and it's affordable. I mean, Haynes has these for under $40, and they're fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this knife again with me and seeing how I think about this knife. Maybe even the same the first time around, but I've carried this a little longer. I have gotten a little better of discussing my thoughts of how I feel about the things I own, and I hope that this video is better than my last one, especially in quality. I mean, I have a better camera, lighting, everything has gotten a little better as I go through this, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this knife, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my channel. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for checking this channel out, and subscribe or comment if you like this knife and let me know. I'll talk to you later in the next one. Bye-bye.